Would you drink toilet water? Posed question posed by a dog trying to see if they can pull one over on us. California approves wastewater for human consumption. Regulator approves rules to let agencies recycle wastewater into drinking water for homes, schools, and businesses. This is fine. Isn't this good? This is good. Our wastewater cleaning plants are more than capable of making drinking quality water. California has habitual issues with drought. It's not like it's diseased water or whatever. Our waste treatment plants are more than capable of. Isn't this how all water is processed? To be honest, I didn't know that California didn't do this. I thought we did this. Has California seriously like they've been having drought issue for decades, and this entire time they never thought to recycle their water? California's been using recycled wastewater for decades. The Ontario Reign minor league hockey team used to make ice for its how ecologically considerate of us. For their ice rink. Yeah, well the drought is we're saved. Oh my god. Poop ice. California's new rules would let water agencies take wastewater, treat it, put it in the drinking water system. Wait, California would be just the second state to allow this following Colorado? What? What? Wait. I thought we were doing this everywhere. What? What? Our wastewater treatment facilities are more than capable of producing drinking water. What have we been doing with the water? Have we just been dumping it? All that fresh water, have we just been dumping it into the ocean? We've just been cleaning it enough for ocean dumping, and then we put it back in the ocean, thus resalinating it? Agriculture? California's new rules require the wastewater to be treated for all pathogens and viruses, even if the pathogens and viruses aren't in the wastewater. That's different from regular water treatment rules, which require... The treatment is so stringent, it removes all the minerals that make fresh drinking water taste good, meaning they have to be added back in at the end of the process. That's not too uncommon. Vaush, you say that, but Las Vegas doesn't really do a good enough job, and the water smells like literal shit reclaimed water. But Nevada doesn't do it. So that's not an issue with reclaimed wastewater. That's just an issue with your water pipes. That's a different issue. When a state has really low quality tap water, that's not because of poop water or whatever. That's usually because of an insufficient cleaning process for the water that's dredged up from the earth. I thought we did this. Anyone out there taking drinking water downstream from a wastewater treatment plant discharge, which I promise you're all doing, is already drinking toilet to tap, Esquivel said. All waters recycled. Okay, so this is like an official integration of the wastewater back into like municipal services for drinking, as opposed to what we already do, which is that it gets used in like bottled water and everything else on like a corporate level. Yeah. Gotcha, JLS Chicken. Well, this is good. This is good. Well, Dr. Harms, I think it's specifically for, like, municipal water, as opposed to, like... So, this was already being done for a bunch of different purposes, but now it's specifically back into, like, the municipal drinking water line. Which is good. Water treatment facilities are some of the most, like, advanced civic infrastructure that we build these days. Maybe that's an exaggeration. They're very impressive, though. I'm pretty sure that, What's the YouTube channel called? Real Engineering, Modern Engineering? What's it called? Has a video on how they work. But basically, they use a bunch of processes of, like, natural settlement, plus distillation, plus, like, filtering chemicals, plus heating, plus, like, a bunch of stuff. And then at the end of it, you get clean water. Plus a bunch of, like, waste sludge that the plant has to dispose of. But, you know, you get the clean water, which is the important part. These places are also massive. Like, these big tanks, like, this is not the scale. This truck is not as large as this big, they're huge. Absolutely massive facilities. Really, really cool. So yeah, I'm glad that we're, doing this, because there's no reason for us not to, you know? Like, you know, the astronauts up in the ISS are using recycled water for a long time. You know, like, it's not like we don't have the technology. You know, astronauts aren't drinking fetid poison water. That would be kind of bad for them. So how or why haven't we made seawater into drinking water? Well, we do. They're called desalination plants, and we can. The problem is it's just very, very, very expensive. It's very energy intensive. I could be wrong on this, so tell me if I'm wrong, but my understanding is that seawater, in addition to being extremely dirty, like the way salt bonds with water, it's not just like suspended in solution. Salt water bonds, like the salt bonds with the water. It's like properly dissolved, which means that you can't just like separate it or do like a chemical treatment or whatever. You have to full on do like you have to like split it. Yeah, you have to like boil the water to get the salt away or something like that. Like the process for removing large amounts of salt is very difficult. Salt also shreds machinery. Oh yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, salty like steam air. They force it through a membrane, I think. Oh, okay, interesting. Well, I don't know the exact specifics of how it works, but I do know that desalination plants are very, 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 very expensive, which is a shame. It would be nice if they were easy, because if so, we'd kind of solve the water problem. If we could just easily access seawater for drinking, that would fix any water crisis forever. Like, there's a lot of seawater. A lot of seawater. Don't you have rain, lol? Yeah, well, build a rain catcher the size of a state and you can get all that, but for the most part it goes into the ground. And then we pump up the groundwater. Important news from earlier this year, 2 transparency bills in the California legislature would require corporations to disclose more information about their emissions. Oh, that's nice. Given that Gavin Newsom has been on a winning streak, shutting down California legislator progressive bills, you know, maybe he'll shut this one down too, who knows. That'd be nice. That'd be cool. Big news! Rainwater catchers are illegal in most states, apparently. What? That sounds fake. No regulations are in place prohibiting rainwater harvesting. I think it's fine. States that have some level of rainwater collection restrictions include California. Okay, what restrictions, though? Kansas and North Dakota might require a permit to harvest rainwater. Why? Okay, wait. Rainwater harvesting regulations from the energy. Okay. California. Specific system requirements and licensing criteria that landscapers must follow to install rain. Okay. Oh, okay. So this is just like, if you're going to build a rain catcher, you can't just build some gigantic bucket on like a civic level. Like, this isn't like if you put a bucket out there. This is like if construction workers are going to build rain catchers as part of like actual infrastructure, they need to follow certain rules, I'm guessing. Which makes sense. I mean, rainwater isn't always safe. We used to have an acid rain problem, but now we don't. Well, we don't mostly. Because we stopped using the chemicals that caused it. One of the very few, ecological dubs of humanity when we fix the ozone layer problem. Let me see if I can get a nice time lapse here. It's still healing, but all signs say that the ozone layer will completely repair itself within a few decades because we stopped using the chemicals that were puncturing a hole in our protective web around the planet. So that's cool. Again, you got to take the dubs when you can. Yeah. As ecology goes, you really, really have to take the dubs where you can find them. Very important. Ozone is different from acid rain. Wasn't acid rain caused by a lot of the same chemicals that we banned with the stuff that was also causing the ozone layer problem? Like, it was a collection of chemicals that all had like a similar chemical grouping? I'm getting yeses and nos. Let's just say that whatever happened, I'm glad that we have less acid rain and more ozone. Okay? So it's okay. Okay. All right. Let's just say that that's the level of scientific knowledge I need in this specific situation.